What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne, and thank you for joining me in another video. Today, we're checking out an offering from Infiniti. This is the 2024 Infiniti QX60 all-wheel drive Autograph. This is the top trim level of this model. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you'll know that we took a look at the QX60 about a year and a half ago or so, but it wasn't fully decked out like this. That was more of a base model. So the Infiniti QX60, what is it? This is a mid-sized luxury SUV, so it's going up against the likes of the Mercedes-Benz GLE or cars like the Acura MDX. If you're cross-shopping, just to give you an idea, those are some of the serious competitors against this QX60. Now, this particular model is done in a beautiful deep Bordeaux and features a color split with a gloss black roof. I really think that roof sets it off. So let's go ahead and talk about the exterior characteristics, and then we'll work our way into the interior of the vehicle. Starting up front, we have a majestic, regal look. This thing has a presence to it. It looks classy, it looks luxurious, and that's thanks to its curvaceous design language all throughout, but especially up front with those commanding LED headlamps, and then you have the curvaceous lines from the grille to the hood. Now, the grille in itself is done in chrome and features a tessellated pattern. So it has a really unique pattern that stands out from the rest of the grilles on the market. Now, that tessellated pattern is inspired by the wave-like form of the sea. So I love the waves in that grille, and the grille also features an illuminated Infiniti badge as well. So again, this is the Autograph model, so you're going to start to see a lot of options that we didn't see when we first checked out the QX60. We also have, as you would expect, full LED headlamps. They have a sharp lines. They're defined by sharp lines, a nice angular feel to them, and the sea of curves up front. Now you also have black fake vents, gloss black fake vents up front. This isn't a performance vehicle, so I'm not taking any points off for that. Now, underneath the curvaceous hood, we have a 3.5 liter V6 that's giving you 295 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. Now, it's connected to a 9-speed automatic transmission, so there's no CVT. That is a big selling point for a lot of people. A lot of folks don't like that CVT. I personally don't either, so I'm glad to see they put a 9-speed automatic here. Let's lean into the throttle a little bit. So the vehicle does have enough get up and go to get you going. Your fuel economy, city, you're looking at 20 miles per gallon, and for the highway, you're looking at 25 miles per gallon. So overall from the front, I really love that luxurious styling that Infiniti is providing here. I think the design language just really speaks to people who want something that screams luxury or has a presence, that makes a statement. Now, coming to the side profile, we do have 20-inch alloy wheels. And then, of course, you do have the chrome accents along the door sills and along your window surrounds as well. Now, my favorite feature of the side profile is the fact that, again, you have that color split. So we have the deep Bordeaux paintwork on the bottom half of the vehicle, but towards the roof line, it's done in a gloss black, almost makes the roof look like it's floating. So I really like that design trick. And then, again, it just goes well overall with the color. The color on this vehicle is just truly striking, especially when the sun hits it. But that color split, the gloss black roof, along with the gloss black side view mirrors, to me, really looks amazing. Now, as you can see from the side profile, that this is a mid-size luxury SUV. This isn't a full-size luxury SUV, but it does offer some room. We'll get into the dimensions later on. Now, coming towards the rear, of course, we got LED tail lamps, and of course, we have some more gloss black accents. Now, the one point I'll take off is for the rear windshield wiper. I feel like that is something that Infiniti could have tucked away to just give it a more modern, clean appearance. Now, don't get me wrong, this vehicle looks good at all angles, especially the rear, but once you see that beautiful design language, that windshield wiper kind of jumps out at you a little bit. I'm a car guy, so I'll notice things like that. For others, you probably won't even notice it. It's not a deal breaker. Now, if you open up the hatch and drop the third and second rows, you're looking at 75 cubic feet of storage for this vehicle. So again, that practicality is there for something if you want to take it on a road trip, or if you want to store some stuff, you want to do a Costco or a Sam's Club run, this vehicle can deliver on that front. So you got your design language that's striking from the front, side profile, and the rear. Now let's talk about that ride quality for a little bit. So I've had this vehicle for about a week. It has a fairly smooth ride. Is this the smoothest SUV I've tested? No, it's not. But it is smooth enough to where it exudes that this is a luxury vehicle that you're driving, right? So the handling is definitely there. It's not too floaty and it's not too firm. It sits right in that perfect, area of that happy medium where you don't feel like you're going to roll over by taking a turn quickly, but it's also not making you feel every single bump in the road. So it's a nice smooth ride. And as far as interior noise, it's relatively quiet as well. So this does mask you off a little bit from the traffic. If you live in a busy area like me here in Atlanta, things can get a little loud. This is a vehicle that will quiet things down for you a little bit. Now let's talk about the interior. So the interior, you're going to notice that you have some trim choices that set it apart a little bit from the standard model we reviewed, specifically this black leather trim with the diamond quilting. In my first review, I said I wish those seats had a little bit more texture to them. Well, in the Autograph model, they do. This black leather looks absolutely stunning, and I love the pattern throughout the entire cabin. Not just on the seats, but if you look at the dash, you'll have that quilting pattern as well, with the contrast stitching going all the way throughout. You'll notice, of course, we have a 10.8-inch touchscreen display here, and it also offers a surround view camera system as well. So as far as your safety, parking, all those things are remedied by a sharp camera system. Let's see if I could throw it on for you real quick. I'll just put the car in reverse, and you'll see that we can see all around the vehicle. There's a top view and a rear view, and the camera quality is fairly good there. I love that about this vehicle. There's nothing worse than a new car with cameras that have been used for the past 10 years. This isn't the case on this vehicle. So the instrument cluster, that's done in a 12.3-inch vibrant, colorful display there. Really nice and vibrant, doesn't get washed out at all by the sunlight. We do have a nice steering wheel that is heated and done in that smooth to the touch black leather with contrast stitching. We have silver accents here as well. Coming further down in the dash, look at the way they integrated the air conditioning vents into the design of the car, right? The air conditioning vents don't pop out at you, but it's done gracefully with this design language. So it suits the interior of the car extremely well. Just goes all the way across, and within those lines, we have the air conditioning vents hidden there as well. Coming further down, what we have aren't physical buttons, but it's not just a simple touchscreen either. What we have are touch capacitive buttons that feature haptic feedback. And I like that because instead of just a touchscreen, that haptic feedback is going to let you know that you hit the right button, that your finger didn't miss a switch, or you hit something that you didn't intend to hit. It's giving you feedback saying, hey, you intended to hit this button, and it's going to vibrate a little bit to let you know that you successfully hit it. So are the haptic feedback touch capacitive buttons as great as the traditional physical buttons? Probably not, but they're close enough, and they're definitely better than just a simple touchscreen system that gives you no feedback whatsoever or sense of depth to it, right? But this simple system here, it's nice and clean. Instead of being packed with a ton of physical buttons, it just offers and aids to the clean, unique look of this Infiniti QX60. We also have open pore black ashwood trim throughout the cabin as well. You'll notice that. A nice clean look to it. Doesn't look too fussy or busy, and it doesn't look too glossy where you think, is this wood fake or is it real? I love that open pore natural ashwood trim. Looks good. Almost reminds me of Mercedes quality ashwood trim. Looks really phenomenal in this vehicle. We also have storage back here as well. 2 cup holders, wireless charging, USB ports, of course, and your electronic gear selector located next to your start-stop button. So everything is just nice and modern in this cabin. Now, when it comes to the tech, we mentioned the surround view camera. You have front collision avoidance, rear collision avoidance as well, right? You have blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning systems as well. And then you also have this rear view camera system. So you'll notice we have a wide view and the rear view mirror. But if you don't like that, you can switch it to something more traditional, just a traditional mirror there. But if you have people in the back, you don't want to be blocked by a bunch of hats or balloons or whatever you're carrying, switch it. You got that nice, sharp, wide angle lens there. And I think that's just lovely. I've left it on the entire time I've had this vehicle. Now, this first row is offering me 42 inches of legroom, so it's nice and spacious. The seats feel great as well. They offer me 3 levels of heating, 3 levels of cooling, and massage features. And of course, they look beautiful as well with the Autograph branding embossed in the seat. So attention to detail was paid. Coming over to the door panels. Of course, they're covered in contrast stitching with a touch of that open pore ashwood trim. We have 2-position seat memory as well, controls for your windows and side view mirrors, your Bose speaker system, and a little bit of storage on the bottom. Now moving towards the second row, this is where it differentiates from the previous model we reviewed. The previous model we reviewed had a bench style seat. What we're getting in this model is what I prefer. 2 captain's chairs with a removable center console. Now those captain's chairs are nice and spacious. You're getting about 37 inches of legroom back there, and they are heated. And of course, in the second row, you have access to USB ports as well. So they're not forgetting about you in the second row. They got you covered with the luxury features and amenities. That heated second row, oh, that's just awesome. I love when the luxury manufacturers put in heated second rows. It makes no sense not to have it if you're trying to categorize yourself as a luxury vehicle. So again, you got everything you need back there, and you also have the embroidered pattern in the seats as well. Goes nicely with the front seats. So again, first and second row, they got you covered. Now moving on to the third row, that's where things start to get just a little bit tight, which is typical of this category. So you're looking at about 28 inches of legroom back there. All right, 28 inches of legroom. So if you're an adult, you probably want to ride in the second or first rows. If you have kids, that third row you can put to good use. And of course, if you never use the third row, just drop the third row and increase your storage capacity. So overall, that third row, if you have kids, use it. If you don't, you probably shouldn't use it. But you do have USB ports back there as well. So they got you covered for charging all of your devices. So overall, this is a great luxury vehicle. I think Infiniti really did their thing with the styling, especially from the exterior. This vehicle truly commands your attention on the road. People have stopped me and asked me just to look at this vehicle. That's how good it looks, and especially in this deep Bordeaux color. I'm a fan of the metallic deep reds, and this color, it just spoke to my heart, honestly. Now, I also love the illuminated accents up front with the badging and the grille. And also, if you open up the rear hatch with the storage, you notice on the little tread plates there that they have some illuminated accents as well. So all this is coming in at about $70,000. This is the top trim model. This is what you're getting fully loaded. Now, to give you some perspective on that price point, if you're going for a Mercedes GLE, it's easy to find yourself into that $90,000-$95,000 range when you option one of those out. Now, I understand that those are 2 different cars, but overall, they are in the same category. So that's just giving you an idea of what the German competitors' pricing is at. So this is $70,000 fully loaded. The GLE, that's probably starting at around $70,000. I've seen some of those options as high as, $90,000, $95,000, and they don't even have a V8. So that's V6 to V6, apples and apples here. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. This is a gorgeous vehicle. Please try and get out and test drive one if you can. If you're interested in looking at one of these, you won't be disappointed. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves. I'll catch you guys in the next one.